Welcome everyone to another episode of the Safemoon Round Table. Today we've got an awesome crew coming together to once again talk everything about Safemoon, answer some community questions, and talk about the latest things going on with the project. So joining me first today is going to be my man Safemoon Tim. Welcome to the live stream, Tim.
What's going on, everybody?
All right, coming up next we have Crypto Atlas.
John. Hey everyone.
Coming in we have RJ.
What's up, everyone?
Moonboy.
Popping in here with a diamond fist. That's how we got to start it. You got to start with the fist. You need to.
And coming in last, we have Adam. The one and only.
What are you doing?
Getting saucy.
I like your new home.
You're
Adam,
muted,
your mic's
Adam.
muted.
No.
I think he's broadcasting from a space station.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, perfect. Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of the Roundtable. So it's kind of how we're going to organize this week's episode is we're going to have topics that'll be playing at the bottom of the screen that will kind of have an open dialogue going through the Roundtable, having everyone a chance to go ahead and comment and give their 2 cents on it. And then at the end, once we've gone through all the topics, we'll, of course, open up the floor to every one of the people in the community to go ahead and get super chat questions answered live. So if you want to see your questions answered by one of the members here on the Safemoon Roundtable, go ahead and send in those super chats throughout the night. And then at the very end, we'll be going through each one of those super chats individually, answering any questions, reading through any statements, and anything else that's going on that way. So the first topic we have for tonight's episode is displaying now below. It's an introducing Safemoon to new holders. So there's a lot of new people coming into the project, it seems, every single day. And we want to make sure that the new holders of the project understand what it is and why people are investing into this project. So we're going to go ahead and go through the roundtable and give everyone a chance to go ahead and give kind of their explanation to new holders, why they have invested in the Safemoon project, or rather why they should invest into the project. So coming up first, we have Safemoon Tim with his excellent answer.
Oh, great. You set me up for that.
Last week you were last, so we're giving you the opportunity to be first.
I get to go first. So I think the reason why you want my explanation why I got into it or why I think someone should get into it?
Let's go with both.
Oh, okay. We'll try to smash them together really quick so I give everyone enough time because this is a really big topic. I think one of the greatest things about Safemoon is that besides it just being a cryptocurrency where you gain tokenomics off it, sort of like a APY if you stored your money in a bank, it's also a tech company. But let's get to the cryptocurrency part too, and this is what made me fall in love with it, is that you get more of them strictly just by holding them. So the more that you hold on to this, the larger your bag gets, and over time as the price goes up, you compound interest off having more tokens as the price rises. So that's one of the cool things about Safemoon. Now, one of the greater things about it is that they are building use cases for their actual token, and they're building an amazing blockchain that's going to support all these cool things that they're doing. And they're a tech company as well. So it's more than just the cryptocurrency on the Binance Smart Chain. It's going to become a coin on a token on their own Safemoon blockchain. And I think that's one of the greatest things about it all is the use cases when you get into e-commerce, when you get into the utilities, when it comes to that, when you get into the metaverse. So there's so many great things that are that's going for this particular token. And if you want to get into it right now before it blows up, not financial advice, but I think this is the time now before all this stuff is implemented. It's a great opportunity to get into it before all of it starts launching because you can get it at a rock bottom price before it starts going to the moon. And that's what I would say to people.
Well, thank you. You kind of laid out quite a bit there. Atlas, did you want to kind of go ahead and piggyback off of what Tim was saying there?
Yeah. So as an investor, where you're looking to put your money, you're looking to try and get a strong return on that investment. And as there are so many options that are out there, sometimes it can get a little bit complicated as far as which one looks like it's the best. When you look at Bitcoin, it's the king, it's the granddaddy, it's the grandfather of all of these other cryptocurrencies. And many of us, I'm sure all of us, wish that we knew about Bitcoin when it first started, and we wish that we would have taken that chance and participated in it. Because look at how much that increase has happened. It is the highest appreciated asset in human history. And now you have other cryptocurrency projects such as Safemoon that have emerged. And what you're looking at is piggybacking off of what Tim had talked about. This is a cryptocurrency which can be used as a means of exchange, but the company that is developing it is a tech-based company. And so for the same reasons why you would look at Amazon or Apple in their early stages, you're taking a bigger risk on those, but those can provide bigger rewards. And the industry space that we're working towards now is infrastructure, renewable energy. The newer, younger generation is looking to try and find solutions to the economic disasters that our older generations are leaving behind. It's not a sustainable format to continue using those. And for many reasons, we're looking for solutions. And I believe that what Safemoon is working and developing forward with, Safemoon is going to be that fuel. And I would rather back a company that uses those principles and has that large of a market pool that they can tap into than to go into some of these other projects. So I'm happy with my investment.
100%. I think you're right on the money when you're talking about, the next generation of cryptocurrencies. I feel like every now and then there's kind of this new cryptocurrency that comes and disrupts the space and kind of takes the entire market in an entirely different direction. And I think that Safemoon, like you were mentioning, is going to definitely be one of those projects. The Bergman himself, what do you have to say to these new holders and why they should invest into the Safemoon project? No audio still. All right, we'll get you on the next one. Moon Boy, let's hear your thoughts on this.
I love this question. I talk about this quite often on my channel, giving people the why. Why should you invest in Safemoon? And I don't advise anyone. I just give my perspective. We all miss the hype of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. Imagine getting on the ground floor of the year one, being a Bitcoin investor, year one, being an Ethereum, a Dogecoin, a Cardano. I'm not comparing Safemoon, but I think Safemoon has similar potential when it comes to the amount of X's it can do. And we're still year one Safemoon. And a lot of us do know what Safemoon has in the works when it comes to its ecosystem. Traditionally, with tokens that have a blockchain, they tend to perform very, very well. Traditionally, with tokens that have an exchange, they tend to perform very, very well. NFTs are booming. Safemoon wants to get into the whole metaverse space. Now, what is unique about Safemoon that I think they're going to pioneer is being a reflective token. How does a reflective token look being in the top 20, the top 15, the top 10 of all cryptocurrencies? It's never been done. Safemoon, I think, is the highest rank reflection token, peaking at rank 30 on CoinGecko. I think that was back in April when it hit its all-time high. So I'm very interested in the opportunities. And I don't think these kind of opportunities come around too often. I feel like in 2020, good year to invest into Shiba. 2021, good year to invest into Matic. 2022, for me, I believe it's going to be the year of Safemoon. And Safemoon has proven itself quite a bit when it comes to at least executing their products and services. They're delayed, but they're executing. They've executed on their wallet, which is a very beautiful, high quality wallet. Version 2, they've executed. The migration process was seamless as per advertised. So I have my confidence. I feel like at this point, it's just a matter of time until we get that big massive explosion and they're chilling in the top 30. They got there before based off of pure hype, but it is one of those opportunities that don't come around too often. Every year, there seems to be that one specific crypto that outperforms everything. And I feel like Safemoon can be that year, can be that coin in 2022. So overall, I think if I were to give my pure perspective, like it's just a really good opportunity because of the potential.
100%. Yeah, thank you, Moon Boy, on that one. And RJ, did you want to kind of finish off this topic for us?
Yeah, I'll keep it nice and simple. So introducing Safemoon to new holders. So I'd keep it nice and simple. I'd say it is a crypto project that is on the floor, about to release its project, right? So if you are an angel investor, you are possibly getting in on a project that is absolutely about to fire off, and you can list all the projects depending how much time the person has. You can say the team is completely doxed, and they are moving headquarters over to Utah. So they are US based. So they're not trying to hide anywhere like Binance over in the Cayman Islands. And yeah, I mean, we so yeah, I mean, we got a project.
We got called Binance for.
we got
Binance
a project.
Right. They're trying to be a shell company. Sorry, they're trying to be a shell company for specific things. I think they're smart. If Safemoon was smart, they would be in the Cayman Islands too. That's a great play.
We all should be in
sure.
the Cayman Islands.
We all want to be in the Cayman Islands, man.
Place to be. No
So, yeah,
tax.
good project, good leadership, and headquarters here. And we got a lot of things coming up. And of course, you can't pitch Safemoon without, of course, telling everyone that you get more Safemoon the longer you hold. So yeah, I'll keep it nice and simple.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you all for your contributions on that topic. I think as far as I would say, I guess, to new holders or new investors, is that Safemoon is that DeFi project that is trying to make crypto user-friendly for your entry-level crypto holder. And they're building an ecosystem that's going to make it easy to use and functional for those individuals. So there's a lot of people who are into crypto that are able to do, APY staking, and they're able to get into NFTs and all these different projects, and they move around pretty fluidly throughout the system because they've learned how to run that system. And a lot of people get kind of intimidated by how complex cryptocurrency can really be. And so Safemoon really has that opportunity to come in and make it so that it's easy for the end user so that they can just hop in with little to no experience and be able to utilize all those same things that the heavy crypto investors of today already experience and enjoy. So they're making it all in one place where you'll have access to everything, including a DEX, including an exchange, including NFTs, including everything else they're involved with, especially with renewable energies and their projects they're going to be doing in the future. So it's a great project to get in on now because the causes are just and they're going to help out communities that are in need. But on top of that, it's a great way to get into a location that's going to make everything easy, and you can make a lot of money along the way through the reflections of Safemoon and through the ecosystem that they're building. So the next topic I wanted to touch on with you guys here is, what are you most excited about for Safemoon in this year? So we just started off in January of 2022, and we've got an entire year ahead of us with a lot of things coming for Safemoon. So I kind of wanted to just go around the roundtable and kind of ask, what is the thing that you're looking forward to most with Safemoon throughout this year, or that you're expecting to kind of anticipate coming out this year? So we'll go in reverse order than last time. That way we can go ahead and switch it up here. So we'll start off with RJ here.
You guys love doing these curveballs.
I knew it was coming.
I was straight chilling. I was like, they're gonna burn through all the topics. Perfect. No. So I'm really excited, of course, for the blockchain. I've been pretty consistent about this ever since I really found out about Safemoon and what they had implemented and what they had on the roadmap. I'm a tech guy, right? That's my background, is technology. So I have seen, after I immersed myself in crypto, what a project can do and what its potential is once they've created their own blockchain, once they pulled away as a token, piggybacking off of another blockchain, and they become their own entity. And not only that, they have projects that is built on top of theirs. When you guys take a look at like Polygon, when you guys take a look at Solana, and you take a look at their ecosystem and you just Google them, and then you look at all the projects that's built on top of their blockchain, right? That's what's feeding that company. And so when we start to release our own blockchain, I think the sky's the limit, guys.
Thank you.
This guy.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
This guy.
Yeah, Adam, you changed houses. What happened? Where's the piano?
He changed houses. He changed shirts.
Bro, I started sweating, bro. I thought you guys were going to kick me out of the crew if I missed 2 weeks in a row. I was like, RJ's going to reprimand me.
Launch him.
What did I miss?
All right, so we're talking about what are you most excited about for Safemoon in 2022. So Moonboy's going to follow up on the awesome answer RJ gave, and then Adam, you'll be on deck.
Yeah, you can't steal my answer, Adam.
All right, cool. I never heard it.
I think when it comes to me, I think the NFTs are very interesting because the idea of owning an NFT, and that is tied to either a piece of a wind turbine or an entire wind turbine, I guess based off of the cost of the NFT. If you want to own the entire wind turbine, the NFT is going to cost a bit more, and that is going to potentially pay you more Safemoon. So not only are you holding your Safemoon back, but you're now holding an NFT that is going to earn you more Safemoon. So it just increases the passive income conversation. And I love Safemoon for the potential price action. I love it for the blockchain. I love everything. But I mainly got into it for the idea of the passive income. When we hit the eventual $1 billion in 24-hour volume, and based off of each million you hold, since our reflections have changed, I believe the new statistic is now $98, $95 per million you hold, since more of the tax transactions going back towards holders. So now the passive income has down near doubled. So I'm very excited for just volume and also the whole NFT and how that partnership is going to function. We don't know exactly who the partnership is going to be with or are they just going to make all the NFTs in-house? Not exactly sure, but I feel that's going to be awesome. And it's probably going to start at a very reasonable price and then just skyrocket up. And those who buy early, those NFTs, can potentially sell them at a way bigger, higher price point once the turbines are more known and we can see how they function and they actually interact more with the ecosystem and blockchain, and we understand how the turn and burn actually goes. So the NFTs for me are interesting, and I feel like, you know, that is what I'm looking forward to, as well as volume.
100%. Adam, you want to follow up on that answer?
NFTs are dope. I said it many times, in my personal opinion, NFTs is the driving force of crypto finance. I think that's where the money's at right now. So anything to do with NFTs is good for finance, and anything good for finance for, you know, our platform is obviously good for us. But what I'm most excited about, and everybody is gonna guess it, I'm definitely most excited about the wind turbines. That's gonna nah, guys, I'm joking. It was the blockchain. RJ's
Oh, wait, what?
I was like, what? That's
Psych.
the first time I think you ever said that.
Listen, I'm most excited about the blockchain. It's no secret. Building a cool blockchain, you are the distributor, you are the landlord, you are the manufacturing plant. As opposed to right now, we're an engineer. You know, being a manufacturing plant, all the engineers come to you, if that makes sense. I think it's pretty cool to see what we can do. And we have a good example of what Binance did with Ethereum. Any blockchain will be cool. But if we could get a really dope blockchain where we can build things and really solve problems, that's what I'm most excited about, because it's just a whole new world. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you for that. And I was worried you were on the apple juice too much when you first gave that answer. Atlas, what are your thoughts?
I'm really looking forward to the exchange. When you take into account that Safemoon really took off very heavy, built a strong community last year, I think something that we need to acknowledge is that every day that passes by is another opportunity where another project has something unique that it brings to the table, and there's going to be a community that follows afterwards with that. And when you take into account, I'm looking right now at some cryptocurrency exchanges, their 24-hour volume in dollars, Binance, last 24 hours, $14 billion. And we're talking about this with the market right now that's very stale and kind of stagnant. There's not a lot of activity that's really going on. You look at CoinFlex, $6,759 million. OKX, $5 billion. HitBTC, $4.7 billion. Billions of dollars in daily trading volume. And as we've looked in the past, what John's kind of touched on in an old school AMA, their ideas, their intentions of how the Safemoon exchange will work, if you can implement in where you have a transaction fee, and that fee is Safemoon as mediums of exchange, and we have our own platform where you could buy other cryptocurrencies in addition to Safemoon, and there's reward mechanisms there that's tied in with the tokenomics, the cryptonomics, getting reflections in your own native cryptocurrency. If they pull that off, this is something that's going to pull in a lot of users. We're talking about new users who are not using these other exchanges and users that are using those other exchanges. I mean, if you could have an option of keeping your Bitcoin on one exchange or another one, and the differences are that the other one, you get more based on an interest rate, there's going to be people that say that's very appealing. I want to go over there. So that in itself could pull in high daily transactional volume. The more activity that we get, the more reflections, the more burning, the more of a use case for Safemoon, the more credibility. I'm really looking forward to the Safemoon exchange.
100%. Tim, your response.
My response to me a little different. I know a lot of people talk about the blockchain, and this builds upon the blockchain. I'm going to talk about what I talked about recently is middleware. I think middleware is going to just blow things up for Safemoon. Taking a company that's stuck on Web 2.0 and making it easily accessible and transitionable onto Web 3.0, and being able to accept crypto payments as well, and then allowing people who connect the wallets to their DApps then can connect to these businesses and do transactions simply online and just connect to these things. So I think connect is probably one of the biggest things that's going to be just exploding for Safemoon. I think the exchange volume is going to be great, and I think the exchange is a great part about it. But all these businesses, if they want to get over to the new future, get into the Web 3.0, get their businesses over there, get the security, get the payments, get in that space where they could use targeted advertising for more specific users and buyers. And when you combine that and you get all these small businesses that are attached to Amazon and attached to Walmart and all these giant mega corporations, and they could finally start being able to connect to their actual buyers on Web 3.0, I think it's going to make the volume that you get on an exchange just like peanuts. The amount of transactions that you would get and the amount of volume that would come from connecting all these businesses and all these buyers in this one space is just going to blow your mind. And so that's what it, you know, every time they drop something, it's a little bit bigger than the last that I find. And I'm just like, why are they, holy crap, this means so much more than what I thought it did. And as you learn more and the bigger it gets, it just makes exchange. I mean, I'm excited for exchanges, don't get me wrong, but the amount of volume that we're going to be racking in from moving companies over to Web 3.0 and building this marketplace and getting buyers over there and getting rewarded for buying and having businesses being rewarded for going over to Web 3, I think it's just, it's going to take things far past the moon. And I can't wait for that to happen. And that by far is the most exciting thing that I heard this year.
100%. I think you guys all gave great answers. There's a lot of aspects of this project. When you really dissect it, you realize how big it's becoming. And for me, I think the thing I'm looking forward to is the third generation of Safemoon. So I feel like version 1 of Safemoon, I know Adam's probably confused looking at me that way, but version 1 of Safemoon was the original token, right? Then version 2 of the token is what we have now. It's the version 2 contract. And to me, version 3 is us on our own blockchain. So I'm kind of in the same regard as Adam there. And what I mean by that is there were certain things that were implemented in version 1. We got certain aspects that were added into it. We got the wallet. We got other aspects that were kind of being developed around the project that way. Moving into version 2, we now have all the things they're trying to implement now with Wallet Connect and Safemoon Connect and everything that they're building on top of that there. And then I feel like those things are going to continue to get built out. We'll get onto other exchanges. We'll get our exchange built and other things going that way. And then once that blockchain is finally in place and we all migrate over to our own blockchain, that I think is where that door is really going to open up to that middleware, where we are going to be able to do those things, and we are going to be able to do things in the metaverse, where all those things are going to finally come together and not just be pieces of a puzzle, but they'll make the complete picture. And so that's what I'm most looking forward to, hopefully sometime at the end of this year. Adam, do you have something to say?
Yeah. So it's so interesting. As I started my channel and I started this journey, I mean, I know a lot about crypto, but not so much about DeFi. That's the truth. I'm going to admit it. And as I'm learning about DeFi and all these cool projects and learning from you guys, you gentlemen, learning from my subs, and I mean, you're learning every single day. You can't know everything. I'm realizing just exactly what DeFi is. And from my understanding, DeFi, every DeFi project tries to solve a problem. So a DeFi project tries to solve a analog real world problem in cyberspace. That's how I see it. And every token smart contract is trying to do that. Safemoon deals with something and this thing and that thing, so on and so forth. And that's also why I'm so excited with the blockchain, because version 3 is going to allow people to, you know, we're going to be responsible for multiple fixing of different things and different projects that build and fix things from the analog world on the cyberspace world. So yeah.
100%. Yeah. So we'll have to start the hashtag Safemoon version 3, right? Get that going. Awesome. Yeah, V3. There you go. When V3. Okay, so kind of moving on here, I just wanted to say let's get some likes on the video, guys, and let's get this video shared. So if you guys can share that in the Reddit subreddits, if you can share this on the Twitter, if you can share this on Facebook or whatever other social groups that you have. Heck, if you even have a WhatsApp group you need to text us out to, or a Discord group, get this out there so we can get more people involved here, get more questions. We know that there's a lot of people in the Safemoon Army who have a lot of questions and things that we'll be covering in this video. And if we don't cover it, they have the opportunity to send us a super chat so we can answer their questions directly. So if you've got anyone out there, share this video, get it liked so it can get up into the YouTube algorithm so more people can see it on YouTube. And let's get it shared in the other socials so everyone else can have an opportunity to hop in while it's live and get their questions answered. So thank you guys that are already here in the audience. And we're going to be moving over here to our next topic. And our next topic is going to be the Bitcoin pairing. So I don't know if a lot of you guys saw this today, but we officially have, at least in the blockchain, a pairing between Safemoon and Bitcoin that was discovered today. So we know that this was something that was required for version 2 of the contract in order to get onto exchanges. What are your guys' thoughts on this? And we're going to go ahead and start with Tim.
I actually don't know enough about this, why I should be excited, but I am excited by it. But honestly, like Adam said, there's so much stuff to know in the DeFi space. This is one of those things I don't think I have enough information on to properly give you a great answer. So I think we should fly on over to Crypto Atlas.
All right, Atlas, take it away.
Okay, so I was going to dive down into this, and after a little bit of time went by, I did a follow-up to see if there was more community feedback. From my understanding, that is only paired with PancakeSwap, and that there's no liquidity that's really backing it, and that sort of circumstance is where anyone could technically make a pairing with some other thing. Remember, we're talking about PancakeSwap here, not SafeMoonSwap. With SafeMoonSwap, there's a lot more of an arduous process to get things listed on there, and there adds more credibility to what is shown on the SafeMoonSwap. But with PancakeSwap, there are so many projects out there, especially on the Binance Smart Chain side, where people just get scammed all the time. So from my understanding, there's basically no liquidity, and it's only existing on the PancakeSwap side. So I wouldn't necessarily trust it myself.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in here, Generation. So Cats R Us did post this 5 hours ago. It's nothing new, unfortunately. It's an LP pairing that is created by PancakeSwap, but as you can see, it has no LP, and SafeMoon V2 doesn't trade on PancakeSwap. So he does have a tweet on it.
Perfect. What do you guys think about the pairing for
Can I
the
just
future?
throw something in?
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, guys. I don't want to interrupt anybody, and we usually don't do this, but we as the group have to acknowledge it. Safemoon Zeus, thank you so much with that huge 99.99. My man showing so much love, and truly we all appreciate it. He says, make sure you guys split this up. Appreciate you fellas for helping the community out with all the great content. RJ needs some difficult questions like last week, fellas. Also excited for Generation
What a
Crypto and
troll.
SafeMoon West for the upcoming Twitter space. Yo, guys, donations are not required, but they're hugely, immensely, appreciated. And thank you so much. Sorry, guys, for cutting anybody off. I apologize.
No problem. And we'll make sure that Zeus, we put that up on the screen later so everyone else can see that. Thank you again for that contribution. We'll make sure it gets split up to everybody. So kind of going back on the topic here on the Bitcoin pairing, what do you guys think this will do for the future when we do get a pairing with Bitcoin? Do you guys view this as just a side effect of getting onto an exchange, or do you guys view this as something that's substantial on its own bearing? We'll go to Moonboy on this one.
So I think that Bitcoin is the gateway token into crypto. Usually when someone buys cryptocurrency, it's usually Bitcoin. They start with Bitcoin. Some of us start with Doge or Cardano, but the vast majority of people, they hear about Bitcoin, they buy Bitcoin first. So having a direct pairing with Bitcoin can be an easy gateway to just swapping into SafeMoon. A lot of people have done that. They start with Bitcoin, they understand more about other tokens on the exchange. They understand that, okay, well, Bitcoin paired with ETH, I can easily swap it. So it's definitely something that's going to help us when it comes to, potentially bringing on more holders. And also that's going to tie into where are we listed? Because yes, we're paired with Bitcoin, but are we easily accessible to the masses? If that's not the case, then the Bitcoin pairing, I think it's just a cool thing to look at. It doesn't really mean much of anything if you really can't interact with that pairing much. We know the volume is on Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, Crypto.com. So having a listing on one of those is going to be, pretty cool when it comes to potentially onboarding more people, as Bitcoin, tends to be what people invest into first, as is the most popular.
Well, 100%. I just wanted to say on this topic, in a near future, and this isn't very far off, right now when you compare any cryptocurrency, whether it doesn't matter if it's Ethereum all the way down to the smallest market cap coins, when you compare the price, you're always comparing that price to dollars. That's like the standard for everybody. What is this token or coin worth in USD? And I have a suspicion or a belief that in the not so distant future, that will no longer be the case. You will no longer be comparing your whatever coin or token to the dollar as the kind of the standard of what the price is, but that will rather be Bitcoin. And so having a pairing with Bitcoin, whether that's small or large as far as price impact or even volume, is substantial in the fact that that's probably in the future going to be at some point the marker of what the actual value of a token is. What is it compared to Bitcoin rather than what it's compared to the dollar? At least that'll be kind of the marker for most people when they're looking to invest into a project, in my opinion. And again, that's obviously not talking about tomorrow or even a year from now. That's probably a little bit further out into the future once cryptocurrency becomes more of a mainstream, well-accepted aspect of life. Moving over here to the next topic we wanted to touch on here is the Safemoon new exchange listings and speculation on what we know. So we know that there's 2 exchanges that are coming soon to Safemoon that have been confirmed. We did get a tweet from, not a tweet, but rather a message from John himself today in Discord mentioning that they are finalizing some details up on that as far as getting PR and everything else put into position for whichever exchange that's going to be. So I just want to kind of go around the roundtable, see everyone's thoughts as far as what those exchange listings could be, how far out those exchange listings will be, and your speculations on who they're going to be on. Let's go ahead and start with Tim.
Well, I think it's going to be pretty obvious. I think a lot of people are going to say KuCoin, and they're going to say Mandela, blah, 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 however you say that, because I'm not very good at pronouncing words, as people could tell when they watch my videos. But based on everything that I have seen, even based on some of the stuff that was on SafeMoon.education, which is no longer there, that was something in the past that they wanted to team up with those particular exchanges. And I feel just because they did some restructuring doesn't mean that the goals that they had as a company may have changed. So I think that the exchanges that they had listed that they were going to be partnering with are going to be the exchanges that they're going to be partnering with. And those 2 particular exchanges, they had listed on there that they wanted to partner with. So I'm going to say KuCoin and Mandala.
Mandala, bro.
Mandala Dala. So yeah, I mean, we look at some of the fun clues that was initially being presented. A lot of that was the community was feeding off of that and saying, oh, a sea of green is rising. What is blue now could be green later. And it pointed towards the fact that, like, hey, you look at KuCoin and they had their logo before, and look at the letter C that they have on the KuCoin. It's raised up and everything. And now they've just been throwing us for a loop. Which, on a side note, by the way, can one of you take a look to see if he did the recent posting for the day? Because we're down to 1 now after he does it today, and then whatever it is supposed to be for tomorrow. So I'm curious about that. And so, you know, KuCoin, it was on the listed website, as was mentioned by Safemoon Tim. That just hadn't been updated. If you also go back to a previous convention, the Mandala was something that Thomas, who his nickname is Papa, when he worked with Safemoon, he was there, and during one of the AMAs, they were talking about the fact that Mandala, they're just trying to finish all that up with them. I'm also wondering, because of John having just visited New York, what was his reasoning for traveling all the way over to New York? And potentially we could see something like Gemini or Coinbase come into play. But right now, I'd say I'm most leaning towards KuCoin out of all of these options.
He tried to holler at me, but I was busy at the time when he was in New York.
Yeah. All right.
That's all I had to say.
I was expecting you to go further. Adam, what are your thoughts on this?
I think we're going to get KuCoin. Honestly, I never messed with KuCoin until the possible Safemoon listing. It makes sense to me. I got KuCoin ready. I got some money in there to buy some Safemoon if it's going to go. I'm hoping it's KuCoin. It's absolutely a phenomenal exchange. I know RJ was messing with it before. It's a great freaking exchange. Mandala, I don't care. Hopefully we get at least one top tier. And yeah, KuCoin will be great. I think it's KuCoin. I mean, I would put money that it's KuCoin. Anybody want to bet? Friendly bet?
I already won $10 that your audio wasn't going to work earlier. So
shut up! You're lying, RJ. Did you really?
And that's in the general chat too. That is not the private chat. So
who got to pay you that 10?
No one took that. No one took the bet.
Who do you guys think it is? Let's make a bet. Who thinks it's KuCoin?
I'm gonna go.
Moonboy, what do you think
right,
it is?
Ooh, Moonboy, we got a bet. Let's go.
How much you want to bet? $500,000 Safemoon? $500,000?
Safemoon?
I'm not
What do you
actually
think?
betting. I'm just raising my
Dude, you're a
hand.
high roller.
Hold on, but Moonboy, you have to cover everybody's bet then.
I don't got to cover nobody. I'm just betting.
Hold on.
just
If you want to bet, right? So if you're betting, then you're doing 500,000, which means that each of us needs to put up 100,000. That's the bet, right? If you lose, you give us 500 grand. If we lose, we each give you 100, right, guys?
I'm not betting.
Sounds fair to me, but I don't got money like that, bro.
I think I can make an NFT that says 500K and just give to all of you guys. And that's
Bro,
gonna
how much?
that's gonna be great. You can sell it for $500,000 Safemoon. You can try. I think that's awesome. But I don't think I have any hope in KuCoin or Gemini. It's probably the more likely exchange. But these two exchanges were announced last year, April, May. They made a whole Twitter post about it. They made a video about the exchanges that are listed on and what's up and coming. At the end of the video, they teased KuCoin all the way back in May. We're in 2022 and where's KuCoin? I feel like it's going to come, but kind of similar situation with Binance and Coinbase. These exchanges weren't coded to offer tokenomics. And we know Safemoon's not going to go anywhere if they don't offer tokenomics. So I feel like it's going to be Mandela. Why is it Mandela? Well, it looks like Mandela. I actually don't know much about Mandela. I don't even know if they're a tradable exchange right now. It looks like they're going to be launching soon. I have no idea. But I feel like Mandela, a lower exchange, it doesn't have a lot of volume, it doesn't have a lot of users, will be more inclined to work on their coding versus a KuCoin that has millions of users, Binance, millions of users. They're not going to recode their whole database to accommodate one cryptocurrency at this very current point in time. When SafeMoon does move over to a blockchain and it's a top dog in the crypto space and is actually doing things and people can actually gain confidence, then maybe. But I have to see KuCoin. I don't have a lot of confidence there. And I also don't want to hype my expectations too high. If I'm up here, KuCoin, and we get Mandela, it's going to be so, what is that? Mandela has like 100K in volume. KuCoin's at like, what, almost $500 million. So for me, I don't want to hype myself up too much because it's like you're going to a bar, you're expecting a good time with, you're expecting to meet that girl, that one, the hourglass shape, but you end up with like
if we go into a bar, somebody's jerking me off. That's all I fucking know. If all of us are going to a bar, that's all I'm saying. Listen, guys, the KuCoin, the KuCoin and the Mandela. Weren't we supposed to get listed on Mandela a while ago?
No,
wasn't that one of the original listings?
That's what I touched on.
KuCoin and Gemini. Mandela was never teased. Only Papa. I think he was in Miami, and then he was talking to them. But
John responded to it as well. In that conversation, there's even a little segment that's 2 minutes or something circulating around on Twitter when I looked into this, where John said, "Well, there you go. You just heard about Mandela coming soon," and then blah blah blah. And they went
a while ago.
Yeah,
I don't see it being Gemini. Gemini is super conservative. They're worse than Coinbase. They don't list nothing.
Listen.
Right?
Moonboy, I know you're flexing, man. You're not gonna scare anyone here. So let me ask you a straight up question.
I'm not flexing. I'm just down. You ask me to flex.
I'm just playing. So it is just a simple question that I like asking people, right? So we saw that SafeMoon was on KuCoin's sandbox, right, which is their testing environment. What do you think of that? Do you think they were just testing it just because?
Bro, we've had too much of that. We've had Coinbase wallets buying SafeMoon. We've had Binance apparently pairing with USD with SafeMoon. No, that's not enough. It's like, okay, you're testing on Sandbox, great. We've had all these little hints and rumors everywhere with all other exchanges. Even Crypto.com, there's screenshots back in about, I think, June. People were messaging Crypto.com chat saying, when SafeMoon? They're like, we're working on it. What happened to Crypto.com? So you can find a hint about every single exchange. It doesn't tickle my pickle until it happens. I'm looking for that.
Yo,
I'm looking for
I'm
that.
not going to a bar with you and Adam for sure.
My God, I'd be fondled. It would be scary.
Go ahead, Atlas. Man, you're polite. These two are trolls right here.
So to touch on the sandbox, I looked into that. If you deep dive into it, you'll notice that there are a crap ton of cryptocurrencies that are available in that sandbox. So the fact that SafeMoon, with as big of a following as it has, I don't feel that there's as much credibility there as what we're really trying to give it. It's nice that it's been added, but if you go and you look through, you'll find weird names of things, and there's just a long list. it's frankly, it's surprising that it took this long for SafeMoon to even finally get onto the sandbox.
In my opinion, there is a lot of rumors for it feels like every exchange. I mean, you can literally go through a laundry list for every single exchange in that, sequential list. To me, it makes sense that the exchanges are at least playing with SafeMoon, right? SafeMoon is a large project. It's got a large following. So why wouldn't you put it in the sandbox? Why wouldn't you try messing to see what would it take to even get this on our exchange? What would it take to even get listed? And many of them may have realized, getting them on the exchange, this would take too much change. This would take too much resources. It's not worth it this time for us. So we're going to pass, or we're not willing to deal with tokenomics or what have you. But it makes sense, at least to some degree, that they would have at least played with the idea of adding SafeMoon, and people may have just picked up the scraps of the pieces of what they left behind while they were messing around changing that. And for all we know, a lot of these exchanges, this is just common practice. Hey, let's take a look at all these upcoming tokens and coins. Let's see how they're doing. What would it take, or what would we need to get them listed? And is this beneficial for us as an exchange to do so? So I don't think that necessarily means they're ever going to be listed. It just means they may have been considered at one point. But which of all of those exchanges or others that we haven't talked about are going to be the two exchanges that get us? Kind of like what Moonboy said to some degree, you don't want to set your expectations so high that, we're on Binance and we're on Crypto.com and KuCoin, all these other crazy larger exchanges, and then it ends up being something smaller. But at the same time, I think the SafeMoon's a big enough project that they could get onto one of these larger exchanges. So I think, to me, we're just going to have to wait and see what we get out of it. But I do think that one of them's going to be coming, and it's going to be coming soon. And so we'll see who's right. Atlas, what do you have?
One more thing that I think everyone should really take into consideration here is that with as long of this dry spell that we've been having in the cryptocurrency markets, the fact that some of these big reveals, these big opportunities where there could be large volume and hype coming into play, that it hasn't actually come just quite yet. Imagine if the timing does fall just perfectly in place. Everything happens for a reason. Everything has its time and its place. So if the market finally starts to get on a strong recovery, people have more faith in the crypto market, and we get listed on some big major names, that's where you start getting into all the major news. Hey, look, SafeMoon is up 300%, 500%. It's still going strong. You got Dave Portnoy talking on Fox Business News. Oh, I recouped my amounts and this and that. His whole attitude. You could see a lot of those things coming into play. When everything's super calm and quiet right now, if we get listed on a new major exchange and Bitcoin takes another hit, the likelihood that we're going to see much time of that hype carry in for SafeMoon is going to be diminished, because the whole crypto market, investors, especially big institutional investors, are going to be on edge. A lot of people might be pulling back as their concerns over other assets that they have in, over leveraging positions, inflation issues, all these kinds of things that come into play. So I think that with where we are right now, we're on the verge of something massive, and we're going to be dancing like crazy.
100%. Did anyone else have any other things they want to touch on as far as the exchanges go before we move on to the next topic?
It's killing me dead. I'm trying to hold back laughter. People are just trolling in the chat because of Adam with his jerk off commented. I'll have a great time. You guys are fun. I love the chat. I want to shout everyone out. You guys are incredible. Just interacting with us and engaging with the podcast here. So thank you for making this more fun. So I appreciate everyone who's actually corresponding in the chat.
Perfect. All right, let's get on over to the next topic. So the next topic is SafeMoon staking. So to kind of cover this topic, first of all, we wanted to talk about what's coming when it comes to SafeMoon staking, as well as kind of how that would work conceptually. So RJ, for you, what do you think is going to happen conceptually with how this will all function, with the aspects of how SafeMoon staking will work and how that will interact with reflections and the staking on top of those reflections?
I will be 100% honest, guys. I have no freaking idea how the heck SafeMoon's going to plan to do this staking. I would be interested to know anyone else's answer. Why am I on the big screen?
I think
you're in the hot seat.
I have an answer.
Yes, Moonboy, let's go. Educate me.
So I don't want to shill another coin, but I'm actually in a coin called EarnHub, and they do this. You can stake and earn reflections. So it's a staking pool where you contribute your tokens into, and you'll earn based off the APY, and you're collecting reflections based off of volume. So it could be we have a couple tokens that do this. You know, like I mentioned, EarnHub, there's a token called 88 Cash. They also offer the staking with reflections. So what I think is cool about SafeMoon is that you have 3 different sources of passive income that you can utilize, which is the token, which is self-reflective, plus you can stake it, plus you can also own an NFT. So these are 3 different streams where you can acquire more SafeMoon. So we do have other tokens on the market that does have this very same model of being reflected in staking. So it's not hard to understand how are they going to implement it. I just think it's incredible that it's an option because it's already a reflected token. And if we do get into the $1 billion in 24-hour volume, and you're holding a million coin bag, that's massive. Plus you're earning reflections, plus you own an NFT. I feel like it's going to be very attractive for people who are into passive income tokens, who are into DAO tokens, who are into these high return APY tokens. Because SafeMoon is not only a utility token that's deflationary, but the passive income is actually something you might actually be able to live off of. So it is the move, and I'm very excited for that.
But how is it working technology-wise, right? Because staking is using your verified cryptos to help transactions. So someone help me, educate me how that would work. Go ahead, Adam.
Let Adam take.
So the staking that you guys are talking about the staking for SafeMoon?
Yes.
All right, cool. So just break down staking into staking, validators, and delegators. So you stake to secure the network, but the validators are the ones that actually secure the network, which is the blockchain. Because we're on somebody else's blockchain, there is no need for validators. So this staking, in terms of staking like you understand it, completely 100% BS, like exactly what you're thinking, RJ. You're 100% right. This is not staking in the terms of staking. This is you're putting up your tokens, you're locking it up for a while. SafeMoon is probably going to be doing something with those tokens to gain interest on that, and they're going to be paying you back your APY.
Okay.
It's not securing the network in any way, but it is doing a few key things, and I think it was a really good idea. One, it's showing people that you need to lock up your tokens and keep them on DeFi because the exchanges won't be offering the staking. So that's an incentive for you to be buying on DeFi and keeping it on the Safemoon wallet. It's also going to lock up your tokens probably 30, 60, or 90 days. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing, which is going to stabilize the price and disincentivize or not allow whales to sell. But yes, RJ, 100%, it's not validating anything. It's completely 100% another way to make passive income. Technically, it's not doing anything.
Atlas, what do you got?
Okay, so if we factor in how you can expedite features out to communities, one way that you can do so is by outsourcing to third parties, utilizing tools that they've already developed and being able to layer that onto things that you've already been having be created. So in the world of business, one of the things that they say is it's not about who you know, it's about who you know, who they know. And in this instance, we can look back at, for example, Scott Paul. This is an individual who has been very big and prominent about speaking out and showing support for SafeMoon. He has met personally with John Crony, the CEO, sharing images of him at multiple occasions. And so you have to ask, what kind of connections does an individual like this bring to the table, and how potentially could those help benefit the SafeMoon ecosystem? If there's something that's strong enough of value that's there, by all means, let's bring it on and be able to utilize that. One of the companies that he is now working with is called Giddy. And Giddy, when you check out their website, they do staking. And on their website, it actually says a couple key things. So these are very brief. I'll go ahead and read them. It says, own your yield. Our non-custodial wallet allows you to fully control where you invest your crypto and keep what is yours. Number 2 is you can secure your investment. Giddy uses decentralized key management powered by Web3 Auth to provide you the most secure DeFi experience in the world. No seed phrase required. And then number 3 is, of course, claim your stake. And this is interesting. So with no lockup terms, you can withdraw your funds whenever you want into good old USD. So I think that there is a strong chance that we could see a partnership between SafeMoon and Giddy, where Giddy is helping to provide the mechanism to do these staking.
Awesome. Tim, what are your thoughts on staking?
So I think definitely they're probably going to be using BP Finance and Giddy. I think that's maybe how they're getting into it, and it is different than what traditional staking is, unless they're holding off the staking until we jump onto our blockchain. And then maybe we'll be doing some validations more so than we actually think it will be. They haven't said exactly how the staking is going to work. They just said that we're going to get rewarded more for it. So I think by saying that, you know, they're not going to be doing validations with it like a traditional staking could be off if we are on our blockchain with it when they provide it to us. So I think it's just a matter of when we're going to get staking. Are we going to get it when we're on our own blockchain, or are we going to get it before we actually move off the Binance blockchain? So I think that's where, I mean, I'm excited for it, because anytime you can earn more passive income from anything, it just makes me excited, because that's what I want to do. I want to put my money somewhere where I'm gaining more interest than I normally would if I had it stuck in a bank account. So that's something that I want this to do for me. Yeah, centralized bank.
Let's go Adam and Moonboy.
So I think once we get our blockchain, which Tim was saying was a great point, it depends on when it is. I think we're going to be getting reflections on our tokens. I also think there's going to be a Safemoon coin where there's going to be the staking. Most proof of stakes need stakers. There's other ones like pure proof of stake and other versions, but for the most part, you're going to need stakers. So you're probably going to be getting staking rewards for staking your Safemoon coin, and you're still going to be getting reflections from the Safemoon token. As we know it, the Safemoon token is not going to be what the Safemoon coin is. That's my personal opinion. That's also how they're going to increase volume, because there's not going to be those burn features and things like that on our own blockchain. That's my personal opinion. So I think that the Safemoon coin is going to be working very much. It's going to have a burn feature, but the burn feature is going to be more like a Binance burn feature from the fees and rewards. And then you're going to have a Safemoon token, exactly what we have now. That's just my opinion. To follow up what Tim said. Tim, we're doing a video. Do it.
Dude, that's pretty bomb, dude. That's pretty good.
So what I believe is also a potential opportunity to offer staking is that when we do move to our own blockchain, we no longer need a liquidity pool. So what happens to that now 3%? That 3% can be put into a staking protocol that as you stake, you are earning essentially double reflections or any reflections via the 4% buy and sell. You're also earning more reflections via, instead of adding to liquidity, you're now adding that profit, that Safemoon, and put it into a staking contract, a staking protocol. So it could be the case where they just allocate the tax to a staking pool. In that way, just going to incentivize holders even more. I feel like that is the simplest way for it to make sense. We know Safemoon is not going to be a proof of stake blockchain, as John previously said that in AIM, I believe 2 or 3 months ago. But to allocate that tax into a staking protocol, I feel like is what would make the most sense to me right now.
John said that it was. Sorry, John said it's going to be a hybrid. Papa said it was going to be a proof of stake. I know. Don't go back and forth on the Papa subject.
Said proof of stake?
Papa said, yeah, he says from what he created was a proof of stake. That's what he said when me and him were talking. And John said it's going to be a hybrid. What exactly does a hybrid mean? Like, honestly, what does that mean?
It's like a liger, like part lion, part tiger.
So he might mean that it's going to be the dozen or so variations of a proof of stake. When I asked Papa, is it going to be a DAG on top of a proof of stake like a Cardano, and Papa says no. So I can't imagine they're not going to be doing a proof of stake. What else is it going to be? I mean, 99% of the blockchains that are coming out are a variation of proof of stake.
And it may have its own variation, or it may kind of copycat to some degree another thing and kind of manipulate it to its own ecosystem. We won't know until they announce that information. But I think as far as staking goes, we could have both. So while we're still a token, I can definitely see partnerships or other things that allow a DeFi style staking format where you'll be able to lock up your tokens to provide the extra layer of liquidity as well as the extra layer of stability with the price. And then, of course, when that blockchain comes out, whether that's shorter or longer from now, that the new feature or a new style of staking can come along that's actually on the actual blockchain that's going to be different and function completely differently than what's currently working on the DeFi project. So I can see both. Maybe this staking is just a kind of way to get people in the mindset of what staking is going to look like. And then as we move into our own blockchain, people are already kind of familiar with the concept. And so then they move us over to the actual staking as we know it in the cryptocurrency community. So let's kind of move on to the next topic here. We've got NFTs. So there's a lot of things I wanted to cover here in NFTs, as well as some shilling for some people here. So first of all, I wanted to start off with the naughty knots that Safemoon has announced. So wanted to talk about that, and then the general idea of NFTs when it comes to Safemoon and the future potential they have with pairing that with their wind turbines, both in the real world, both in the metaverse, and then of course, as well as on the blockchain itself, the actual NFT. So let's actually go ahead and start with Adam this time, and then we'll work our way around.
Look at him. Look at him.
Hi,
Adam, you
RJ.
did it.
Bro, you guys got to be freaking kidding me, man. 424 people and 200 something likes. Are you guys absolutely out of your minds? Like seriously,
Smash
what
that
are you
like
guys
button.
doing? Are you
Smash it.
guys sitting on your thumbs? Smash the
You guys
freaking
got a
thing.
diamond pickle that.
Tim, can you say something?
I love you.
Yeah, your sound is still janky, bro.
Oh my God, these AirPods. All right, I'm gonna change that. I'll be right back.
All
So
right,
what?
no worries.
What's happening? Safemoon is making their own line. I know the naughty Norders or whatever, but what is they're making their own line?
Yeah, so they're making their own NFT collection that was announced in the last AMA. It's going to be called their Naughty Knots. They mentioned that there's going to be future lines down the road that are going to be, as they claim, built with more complexity, and that their NFT lines are going to have interface with the metaverse. They've also talked about their wind turbines being represented by, or rather the ownership of the physical wind turbines could be represented with NFTs that would be open up to fractionalization, so you can own a fraction of it if you wanted to go in on a group with it, basically essentially having partial ownership of that wind turbine. So they've kind of touched on quite a bit in the NFTs when it comes to their last AMA.
You think John is going to make us into NFTs?
You never know.
How cool would that be? He's going to make one of everybody but me. He's like, I hate that guy.
So if we get 500 likes in this video, should we have Moonboy remove his shirt?
Only if Adam joins me. What do you say, Adam? How many drinks do you have? If Adam joins
sorry,
me, then
I derailed that.
I know about that.
Moonboy, your thoughts on the NFTs?
Bro, this is the
I mean,
best shot.
I'll
Like,
bounce it. How about that? Like, that's
this
far
is
as it goes,
this
so.
is a great.
Uh,
Yeah, you can bounce it, Adam. Let's go. There it is.
This is
happening?
this is the
Hey.
that's the
I
puckers of
poked the bear. I provoked him.
that's the
what's topic?
Safemoon
So,
puckers of love.
yeah, you gotta make these into NFTs. So naughty knots.
Just like that, you're gonna get off of the chest.
Hey,
Okay, continue, Moonboy.
I love the concept of NFTs. I don't know in which direction they're going to go with the naughty knots. For example, are they going to go with a board apes yacht club in the sense that there's going to be some variation of apes colored with the Safemoon colors and with the diamond eyes, with the glowing eyes? Like, what are they going to do with NFTs? Are they talking about the wind turbines? There's several things they can do. I feel like they need to tackle all those areas, because we see how popular the JPEG NFTs are, which I don't understand. I don't know why someone would want to pay $500,000 for a JPEG image when you can screenshot it. I know you own it. I understand that. There's a lot of money that for something doesn't have a lot of value, but it's very popular. So I think it's smart to tap into that. And we know with Safemoon, they say they want to come with several different series and collections. So I'm sure they're going to touch on the market of just having some kind of cool animal image and throw some Safemoon stuff on there with the diamond eyes. If they watch us, diamond fists, all that cool stuff can be an NFT, and then they can taper that over into offering the NFTs that are tied to the wind turbines. And they can go very far. As John said, there's no limitation to NFTs. Our limitation is our own creation, what we can think and what we can actually understand. If they wanted to be the pioneers of taking our DNA and putting that in driver's license via a QR code, they can go that route as well. NFTs are limitless. It's all about how far do you think you can go and what do you want to put in the blockchain. But it's a very cool concept. I feel they'll start small with the JPEGs and with the animals and maybe some YouTubers here. I don't know if they want to have some fun with it. I think it'd be a really cool time if they do that. But It's a fun space right now. I don't think the NFT space, we've seen much of it. It's kind of on top right now. The second that you start NFTing like organs and stuff and like people's arms, I feel that's going to be the actual application of it. So
shout out to Atlas, shout out to Generation Crypto. They both got some dope NFTs out.
We'll be touching on those here in a second. RJ, your thoughts on the Safemoon NFTs?
Let's pass.
All right, I guess we're going to Atlas.
All right, yeah, the RG is supposed to make it bounce, man. You got to bounce the chest.
I'm really excited to talk about this. So I deep dived into it, and I feel like I struck gold. And I talked about this. I made a video all encompassing everything, but I'm going to highlight some of the key points on this. I think we are literally going to space. And I think that is justified for a couple key reasons. So number one is that we go back over to Scott Paul and the connections that he has. One of his recent posts he had talked about was a company called Uplift. Uplift has recently gotten approval from NASA to go over to a space station. So upon further research into Uplift's website, they have an NFT series called Space Plus. And what's very interesting is that these are NFTs that connect the metaverse with the real world and is tied in with space elements. These are ones that give you access to International Space Station payloads, to suborbital space flights. They're doing a rover mission to the moon. And when we look back on a lot of the clues of what the Safemoon team has talked about, you look at the idea of naughty knots. It's a play on the word astronaut. And yes, it fits in line with what Safemoon is. We're going to the moon, we're astronauts, that kind of a thing. But I find it very interesting that Scott Paul straight up called out saying, hey guys, Safemoon should partner with Uplift. And then looking at Uplift's website, they have an NFT series that's literally doing things in outer space. Then you go and you look at the older graphics. Do you guys remember the old graphic image that had the water canteen with the pancake swap on it? It had a helmet with, I think, Africa on it. There was a backpack, and there was a date. That year was the year that NASA was founded. And so back in the day, there was all this speculation. There was also the pictures with the satellites and things. Suborbital space flights, the idea of integrating in with these space stations and things, we are seeing companies that are doing this. I literally just explained one that is doing it already. And this is a company tied in with an individual that is heavily tied in with that of Safemoon. So I think we've got a very good chance that you could start redeeming your NFTs to interact with various activities that are taking place in space, including on the moon and on Mars and other interplanetary sort of space activities. I think it's really exciting what they're getting ready to open the door on. Personally, based on what I looked at, I would say myself, I'm 85% sure this is something that they're going to be revealing.
Thank you, Atlas, for that. So obviously Joe has joined the chat. Welcome to the roundtable, Joe.
Hey, how you doing? How's it going?
What's up?
We going to space?
NFTs in space, bro.
Oh, let's go to space.
Do it.
All right, so to fill you in, Joe, we're talking about the kind of Safemoon NFTs. We're going to also talk about some of our own NFT collections here. I'll go ahead and give it to Tim, and then we'll give it to you to kind of talk about your thoughts on the Safemoon NFTs, kind of where those could be going potentially in the future, and talk about their Naughty Knots series. So, Tim, your thoughts.
I mean, I love everything that they're doing with NFTs. I think even what Crypto Atlas was talking about, I think that could be another potential for them. Can you guys hear me okay? I changed out my mic and everything. Are we good? Okay. So I think that might be another potential where they can get into buying a, just like he said, a real-life NFT, and it's also a real-life object that generates something as a passive income. But they're also getting into a telecom network, and that telecom network, if it's going to be global, is going to need satellites, coffee satellites, orbiting around the Earth. Now we know that we can get an NFT for a wind turbine. It could also be possible to get one for one of these cube satellites that could also be doing part of their telecommunications around the Earth. So I think this is just the massive scale of what you can do with a usable NFT in the metaverse, and also one that you could use in real life is awesome, especially if it could bring you passive income. So we are all looking at the turbines for one thing, but there also could be a lot more than just that in the future. And I want to thank Crypto Atlas for that, because I wouldn't even thought of that had he had not brought that up into this space, because I was like, whoa, that's like dynamite right there, man. I mean, that's exactly what I could see them doing now. I mean, see, the little bits of information like this could really make you see the bigger picture that Safemoon's reaching for. And yes, I mean, they've been always all about space. I mean, look at all those pictures that they released where there was a satellite with the Safemoon logo on it. So, I mean, they definitely are getting in space somehow. And how they're going to do that, I think Crypto Atlas just dropped the bombshell on that one.
Thank you.
What happens now?
Well, this isn't awkward.
Your thoughts, Joe, just on NFTs and the Naughty Not series.
You know, I really like NFTs, like the idea of collecting anything. I play trading card games a lot, so I'll tell you right now, my background, collecting is everything. And if you can create something that everybody wants, if it's hard for everybody to get, for those who do get it, who can get it, it's something that's really, that creates that excitement. And I always say motion creates emotion, excitement creates excitement, but imagine just something that's really hard to get at the same with releases like Naughty Knots, and someone gets it and has real implications. It creates a vacuum that people want more of, obviously. And Safemoon says, hey, listen, this is just the first part of it. There's more on the way. So I'm really excited to see what's happening with NFTs. I mean, like I said, Crypto Atlas he's not wrong at all. I mean, there's so much potential. What can be done? It's limitless. And Safemoon is just adding more. They're taking something that's virtual NFTs and actually creating something physical about it. And it's something that NFTs, a lot of people in the NFT market really aren't into yet. Maybe that will be a trend, and other places will start doing it as well, And I think that Safemoon could definitely by doing something digital like NFTs and creating into something to physicality, it's definitely something that's really interesting and really cool to see.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for your thoughts on that. I kind of wanted to next touch on, other than the Safemoon NFTs, and we talked before in the past, I'm sure all of us to some degree on our different channels have talked about the wind turbines being NFTs, being able to fractionalize, owning a piece of those, having those exist both in the metaverse as their own distinct thing. We talked about this on the last Safemoon Round Table as well. But I also wanted to go ahead, and we're going to do a little bit of shilling here just for a second, because we are on the topic of NFTs. I wanted to give Crypto Atlas here a little bit of the spotlight in talking about his NFT here. So I'm going to go ahead and show this here on the screen for everybody to see here. But popping up here on the screen is Crypto Atlas's NFT that he currently has for sale. He's done an entire series here where he's been doubling the price for each NFT that he's minted so far. Atlas, do you want to kind of go ahead and talk about this and kind of what's going on with this NFT, if it sells and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, sure. So I've sold 4 other pieces, starting off with the first one was 100,000 Safemoon, and as is noted, I've been doubling each time. So this one is for sale for 1,600,000 Safemoon. And yes, I understand that for many of you out there in the community, you look at that and you think, wow, that's really expensive, especially if Safemoon in the future goes up. I get it, but it's art. It's appreciating in value. It's dictated based on supply and demand. If somebody is willing to pay that price for it, somebody else may be willing to spend more for it. So, think about the people that got the first piece. They're seeing that my last piece sold for 800,000 Safemoon. I feel that the value for the piece that I did is justified. But no one's forcing you to buy it. And I've been getting a lot of backlash from people trying to just attack me. And I just want to say, guys, no one is forcing you to buy this art. I'm proud of the work that I've done. I think it looks great. And I continue to plan. I plan to continue. That's what I was trying to say. To continue this series and doing this. And because this one, if I sell it, then it's going to be my first piece that sells for over 1 million Safemoon. So I have 3 other NFTs that I've already minted, created, they're ready to go, that I'm willing to give to the community. And if you want my opinion, I would value each one of those off of my last sold price of 800,000 Safemoon a piece. So again, those are up for free once this one sells. I got some other stuff I've been working on I'm really excited to share with you. And the great thing too, just so everyone knows, is that because you can pay in Safemoon version 2 through their platform, whenever my art sells, there's reflections that are going out to all of you. There's burning that's still going on. It still works in the SafeMoon ecosystem.
Perfect. Thank you, Atlas, for that. I did want to briefly touch on mine as well. I'm also on this exact same exchange. So if you actually scroll down here to the bottom, if the page will load here, because we've got the live stream and here, so you can see here, you can actually go to Atlas's page by going to explorenft.app, and Atlas is one of the featured creators. I'm also listed on here. And I've recently started what we call my Genesis collection. So it's this collection here where they're all basically the same NFT. The differentiator between each of these NFTs is going to be in the top right corner. So once this page loads in for us, I'll kind of show you guys what I mean by that if it loads in. So we'll give it a second here to see if it's going to, there it goes. Okay, we popped in. So I don't know if you guys can see that there, but there's a number 12 in the corner indicating that this is the 12th in the series. The way this works is they're each selling for exactly 100,000 Safemoon. Each one of these pieces will be 100,000 Safemoon. And then as what's going to essentially happen is there's going to be 5 times when I hit milestones on the channel as far as subscriptions goes. Now, I'm the only one who knows what those milestones are going to be. And the reason I set it up that way is because what I didn't want to do is people scalping right before that milestone is hit. And what will happen is at each one of those milestones, anyone who is a holder of any one of these 100 NFTs that will be minted in total, you will be given a free collectible from my channel. And the first time I give a giveaway, it'll be something smaller. And then as that goes up in subscriberships and as we go up in the number of giveaways up to 5, those are going to go up in value and uniqueness. And you will only be able to get those items if you are a holder of the NFT. So if you want to buy the NFT, kind of hold it down for value till my channel grows in size, and then down the road sell it to someone else who would like to get those collectibles, you can do that. Or you can hold it just to support my channel, or you can go ahead and purchase it so that you can get those collectibles for yourself. But the general concept behind that is there'll be 5 different giveaways that will go up in value that you can go ahead and receive from me for being a holder of this NFT. And the funds that I'm receiving for getting this are going right back into my channel. So I'm going to use those funds to build a better system for myself. I'm going to go ahead and get a better computer setup, better lighting, better microphone, all that stuff so I can produce more content for you guys, as well as more frequent content. So I can go hopefully up my game and build a better product for you guys from you guys reinvesting into me. So that's that series there. If you want to get on there, there will always be 5 that will be listed at each given time. And then once those, as they start to sell out, then I will replace them. So there's always 5 up until the 100 are gone. And once those 100 are gone, that's it. There will be no more. It'll be just those 100 copies. And then after we hit each giveaway, if I have not sold all of them, the price of the individual NFTs for the ones that have not sold will go up. So this is the only time you're going to be able to get these at these lower prices, and they will go up if we hit a giveaway and have not been sold yet. So enough of that shilling stuff. We're going to move on over to what's going to happen here tomorrow. So let me go ahead and bring you guys all back into this here. We'll stop sharing that. And let's talk about Cryptopia. So Cryptopia is happening tomorrow. It's a big event that's going to involve a lot of cryptocurrency channels. What do you guys expect to see from John, as he's going to be one of the speakers? We talked a little bit about Scott Paul as well, who will also be a speaker in one of the workshops there. There'll be a section on NFTs. There'll be a section on the Affinity team. What do you guys expect to come out of that as far as Safemoon goes? Let's go ahead and start with Joe, and we'll work way back up to the top.
Yeah, I want to go to Cryptopia, but it's so cold out. It's hard to leave to go anywhere, I think it's awesome that John's going around speaking and talking and spreading the word of Safemoon, and being the fact that this is in his backyard, Utah. It's still great to even have that ability to go somewhere even nearby and talk to people and converse. So I think it's excellent. I really do like it a lot, and I think that him, by doing this and by spreading the word and by networking, allows us to work with other cryptos. And I mean, that's overall the goal of what we want to do. We want to work with as many people as possible. We want to talk with as many people as possible, because if we know about them and they know about us, that only spreads our message as well as their message. So this is always double beneficial. And that's the idea between the crypto community, of everyone getting together, uniting, and just working together for the better. So I think it's excellent. Like I said, I wish I could go to it, but it's not the right time to go anywhere. But I would love to, maybe in the summertime, hopefully everything's cool. I would love to go to somewhere like a crypto convention, meet up with all you guys and everybody else, and we just all hang out. So I think it'd be excellent.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Joe. RJ, what are your thoughts on Cryptopia?
Yeah, any opportunity where John gets to go ahead and talk is really, really good. I mean, look what happened when we won the Community of the Year. Look what that did for us. Look at the relationship that had found. He found Scott Paul, he found Derek. So it's always good. It's great to hear John talk, and people, if CEO John Crony has the opportunity to talk and make and build those relationships and connections with people there, I think it's all for the better. We don't know what kind of relationships are built. We don't know what happens behind closed doors, but we know that John is very smart and he can hold himself very well. And yeah, I'm really excited. You're going to be there, aren't you, Generation?
I will be. Yep. I'll talk about that there at the end. Moonboy, what are your thoughts on Cryptopia?
Yeah, just like Joe, I wish I can go. I haven't traveled in almost 3 years due to what we know is going on in the world. I want to say it due to purposes of YouTube, but it's incredible. I don't expect any news or anything hype. When you look at the website, there's different categories. For example, crypto, DeFi. I think there might be an NFT side, and I think there might be something about Web3. I feel like John falls into just a regular crypto side, so I'm not sure how much. If Safemoon he'll talk about, or if it's just crypto in general, he'll talk about Safemoon. But I'm not expecting any news. It's just a good look. It's a good look for Safemoon. He is a CEO and putting himself on the forefront, speaking, going to conferences and summit. It looks great for the token. It adds to the legitimacy. It adds to the confidence of the holders. Usually, when people want confidence, they look at what is a CEO doing, what is a team doing. The guy is public, he's out there, he's on the stage, he's speaking, professional, articulate. He's doing what I feel like is required of him when it comes to having that position. So he's killing it, he's great. And like Joe said, the day that we can all travel and link up, and if Safemoon wants to host a conference just for the Safemoon holders, I'm sure we're all going to find a way to be there, and it's going to be a great time to meet everyone. And we can go to the bar. Adam loves going to the bar. We can figure that out, and then we can talk about the circle jerking that you were talking about.
I'm not going to a bar with you, Moonboy, or Adam.
Adam's over here talking about circle jerking in the bar. So we'll see if we go to the conference and what happens to the after.
Yo, Moonboy, that's so inappropriate, bro. Stop talking about that stuff. Bro, like I'm here to talk about Safemoon.
Moonboy, stop trying to deflect. You said tickle my pickle, so you're just as guilty.
Oh, come on. No. That's a phrase that we can all relate to. Everyone loves their pickle being tickled. That's not anything that is misleading. We can all relate to that. Come on, guys. I love the idea of the conference. It's incredible, and I can't wait to hear about it. Generation, we're probably going to live stream some of it or get some footage out there, and I'm probably going to be eating that up, and I might react to some of it as well. So I'm excited.
Adam, your thoughts?
I think it's fantastic. As RJ said, anytime John gets a chance to talk and address people, that's fantastic. I don't know if he's going to be bringing up anything new. If it's going to be like AIBC, he's just going to give a brief synapse of what Safemoon does. I hope he uses the stage to bring up something new, if there is something new to do. It's not up to him, right? If there is something, it would be cool to, like, we got this. That would be pretty dope, in my opinion. But yeah, it's fantastic.
Perfect. Thank you, Adam. And let's go up to Atlas.
So compared to the AIBC summit, he only had, I believe it was 5-minute segment slot when she could go up and talk. It was either 5 or 15. It was very short though. And with this one, he's got, I believe, 1 hour in which he can have discussions. So I think the amount of material that he could discuss opens up a lot of opportunity for us to learn new things and for him to elaborate into stuff that we've talked about in the past and maybe give us some sort of clues to new things in the future. My gut is telling me that he is going to reveal something substantial. It's just a gut feeling, though. I'm not substantiating on anything. I just think that maybe it's going to be the announcement with one of the exchanges or something with the blockchain or some sort of other major progression that they've been able to lock down, a partnership. Remember, there's other companies that are going to be here at this convention, and oftentimes you will see collaborations between different cryptocurrency projects. I can give you just one example. For example, Orchid, also known as OXT, had made a partnership with Chainlink in the past. And so the way that you could sort of bring these two different structures together and open up new doors, new possibilities, that's how we continue to evolve in an industry space where opportunities are constantly being presented in new ways, and you have to be able to adapt to fill those needs.
Perfect. Thank you, Alice. What are your thoughts, Tim, on Cryptopia?
Well, when I was at breakfast with John, he was basically telling me. I think he's basically going to bring up how he's bringing all these businesses together, because obviously Cryptopia is in Utah, and a lot of the partnerships that SafeMoon is bringing together is a lot of Utah businesses. So I think what he's going to do is not only speak to what SafeMoon is doing, but also try to connect with other businesses there that can help catapult SafeMoon to the moon, if you will. And I do actually think the same thing that Crypto Atlas said. I love going last. But I do think that there is going to be a huge reveal at Cryptopia. I think that's what it was all planned for, because when Scott Paul got it all together, he did it for a reason, because there was most likely something that John was going to announce there. And I hope he does, because that would mean we were right, Crypto Atlas. And if he doesn't, then damn it. But I really think that he could be dropping the exchange if everything goes well at Cryptopia. And he'll probably be talking about how he's bringing Web 3.0 to Utah, and he's probably going to be trying to explain how they're going to bring this as the new Silicon Valley in Utah. And I think that's pretty much what he's going to go over. It's my guesses, because visually, if you're watching what they're doing, that's kind of what they're doing. And I think if we're accurate with it, then he's going to talk about what they're actually doing in Utah. And I guess you would know better than anyone, because you're going to be there, and you're going to get an all-access pass, I heard. So that's pretty bitching.
Yeah, so what's happening with that is I've been in contact with some of the people that are involved directly with setting things up there. So it's actually got oversold. So Cryptopia, the VIP section, completely got oversold. Even some of the people that are supposed to be part of the thing are going to have a hard time even getting in. So there's going to be sections of it I may not be able to be at physically. I'll be in the building. I just might not be able to participate in those specific rooms where those events are happening. But I will have a virtual pass for those events I can't get into. So I'll still be able to cover it. I'll still be able to send out tweets. I'll still be able to send out screenshots and everything else during those parts. But there is a section towards the end that I've been guaranteed to pass into. And that's where I'll be able to do interviews with people. I'll be able to talk to people live in person there. So if I'm not able to get into some of the workshops, I will still be able to have access to them virtually while I'm there. And then the parts that I am able to get into, I'll of course be covering that live there as much as I can as well. So I will be boots on the ground in the area, covering everything for you guys, sending out live tweets, sending out pictures, sending out everything that I can on Twitter. Is going to be the primary source where I'm going to be sending everything out as fast as possible. So if you guys don't follow me there, that's where everything's going to go. I'm sure the people in the roundtable will tweet out and retweet some of the stuff I'm saying there to get it out to as many people as possible that way. And then, of course, when I can, if I'm able to get access to a good enough signal, I may try to live stream. But I definitely will be doing a highlight video this weekend. So everything that I gather, whether it's pictures or video or whatever, I'll be taking notes on everything, and then I'll be doing a massive recap video going over everything. And part of the gig for me going there is I can't be just about Safemoon. So I have to be kind of subjective in the fact that I'm going to be talking about all of the things that are going on with crypto there. I can't just be a shill for Safemoon.
Fodder. You sound like Adam Bergman. You're a fodder.
As a ledger.
So that was kind of the gig for me to be able to get into the access there. So I'll be talking and tweeting about Affinity, which they're doing their stuff, NFTs, everything involved. That'll be talked about there. Of course, Safemoon will be a part of that, though. Atlas, did you have something to say on that?
Yeah, so if you guys have any potential questions that you would like Generation Crypto to ask, if he has an opportunity to do so, your best bet is to follow him on Twitter. So Generation Crypto, if you can, share them your social so that they can go be able to follow you there. Of course, they can also keep up to date with all of your posting in general. But this gives you guys an opportunity to where if you've got something you're really curious about, maybe he runs a poll on it once he gets a little bit more feedback. But you're running out of time, so you should go follow him as soon as possible.
100%. Let me get the screen pulled up, and I will share my screen so everyone can see my profile picture on screen, because I know some people have a hard time with that, so they can make sure that they're following the right one. There's been some scammy ones out there, copycats on my channel, so make sure that you guys get the correct ones. Let me share that with you guys now on the screen here. Get that pulled up. Okay, so this is my actual channel, guys. So it's got basically my NFT as the background for the profile, and then it's Gen Crypto YT. So if there's like some sort of accent on top of it, or there's a number after it, that's not actually my channel. It's someone else impersonating mine and my Twitter account. But this is my Twitter account here. You guys can go ahead and follow me there if you want to get live updates on what's going on tomorrow. And then, of course, like I said, I will try to get updates to the YouTube channel as well. Twitter is just a much faster way. I can get stuff to you much quicker. And then YouTube will be kind of the more in-depth information that I'll be giving to you guys after the fact. I will also be on a Twitter space on Thursday, and we'll touch on a lot of the things that we're talking about there. And then actual video content, long-form content will be on YouTube this weekend. So if you're looking forward to the recaps on that, I'll be putting that all together for you guys as well. So there's my YouTube there. My Twitter there if you guys want to check that. So now that we've kind of gone over everything here, I wanted to get to your guys' super chats, get some questions from the community so you can ask members of the roundtable here what your guys' questions are and get them answered by us here. So let's move on to that super chats. So the first super chat we got today was from 1010. He said, let's get some likes in here. So guys, if you haven't already liked the video, feel free to hop on, like this video so we can get into the YouTube algorithm so more people can get involved with SafeMoon and that more people can get their questions answered when it comes to SafeMoon related content. So please go ahead and do that. Thank you, 1010, for that shout out. And 1010 is a member of the channel. So if you guys want to see the people that are putting in the diamond fist in the chat, it's the members of the channel. So if you want to be there, you want to put the diamond fist in the chat, you got to go ahead and become a member of the channel to get access to that emoji. All right, going here to David. David Stelter says, Tim, do you still feel SafeMoon might be the universal validator for all crypto? If so, have you found any new evidence lately? Thanks.
Ooh, that's a great question. So, I mean, obviously there has been a lot of changes with the staff. So it's hard to tell what exactly they're going to be doing now with the blockchain. I think that would be clutch if that is still something that they were planning on doing, if that theory was correct. Because if that is correct, that would be a great way to deliver cryptonomics and tokenomics to other tokens and crypto on their exchange that no other place would be able to do it. So I am really hoping that that is something that they're still planning on doing, but I'm not sure if 100% that that was something that they were planning on doing to begin with. It was just based off of answers and stuff from the past, but those members that were talking about that stuff in the past are no longer there. So I'm not sure if that is going to be something that is there, although it is a great idea. Now, I do know through some middleware they are going to be able to bridge a lot of the cryptocurrencies from their wallet to different marketplaces or to different stores and online e-commerce places that take cryptocurrency. So in a way, they will be, that would be a way to use those cryptocurrencies. I don't know if it would necessarily be doing the validations for them on the blockchain, but it would be cool if they did it. And I can't find any new evidence of it because they kind of locked that down, who was even working on their blockchain after a so-called member left. And I can't find out who it is. And the question has been brought up multiple times, and it has not been leaked.
Thank you for answering that question for him. And thank you, David, for the donation on that one. Let's move on to the next one here from Dan Zero Blockchain. I haven't missed one episode. Love it. What do you each think could be game changer with the SafeMoon blockchain? Speculation on a real world use case. Do you want to start this off? Let's go down to Moonboy and then move across to the left and then back up to the top to RJ.
Sure. Just a thing for your generation. I think if you remove the banner question, it would actually help show us a little better because then it would have more space to, yeah, there you go.
There we go. Okay, perfect.
Sorry, what's the question? So game changer with Safemoon blockchain. So Safemoon blockchain, what I think is a game changer that they want to vet every single project. They're not going to be a Binance Smart Chain where anyone can just copy and paste and drop a token in. We know the high risk of scams and honeypots and rug pulls and tokens that advertise 5% tax, but it's really 95% tax. So the vetting process that Safemoon wants to implement, I feel like that is a game changer for confidence because you can be assured that if it's on the Safemoon blockchain, it is for the most part a safe investment. At the very least, you're not going to get scammed for the most part. Now, we don't know how detailed that due diligence is going to be, whether they're going to require full KYC and they're going to go deep into compliance and asking for identification. We don't know, but there's going to be some measures in play when it comes to someone wanting to be listed. Someone that wants to launch a token on the Safemoon blockchain. So I feel like that is incredible. I don't think any other token has done that to that extent. Some exchanges have with the compliance and KYC they require, but for a blockchain to require it for the purpose of launching a smart contract, it is game changing. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Perfect. Thank you, Moonboy. Let's go to Adam.
Game changer. I don't know if it's going to be a game changer or not, but I don't think they need to be a game changer. It's not a winner takes all. It's a you build a blockchain, people build on your blockchain, you make sure the blockchain don't go down, and that is the game changer. But it's not exactly a game changer. A lot of people are doing it, and that's good. There's room for everybody. We need more innovation. We need more blockchains. We need dozens and hundreds of more blockchains in order to keep bringing real world analog onto the cyberspace. So I don't agree with it being a game changer. I don't think any blockchain is a game changer. Any. It doesn't matter which one you tell me. It's not a game changer. But you need to be in the game with the blockchain. So it's a game changer for us once we get the blockchain. I
Perfect.
hope
Thank
that
you,
made
Adam.
sense.
No, it did. It made perfect sense. Let's go over to Joe.
Yeah, the transition from token to coin, I think it's awesome. Also, not being attached to Binance. Binance has been nothing but a letdown lately. Hearing what CZ has to say, no more of that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ultimately, it'd be great to see if Safemoon and Binance can have some kind of partnership. Safemoon getting on Binance Exchange, and ultimately Binance getting on Safemoon Exchange. But as it stands right now, it would be great to just break apart from that. It'd be great to just be our own island, because we can create more on our island than what Binance has to really offer us, because they really haven't, for the most part, done anything for us besides, hey, listen, he'll allow us to be on part of their chain. Thank you. But now it's our turn. Now it's our turn to be our own thing and to grow and be done with this. So I'm excited for that. But like Adam said, listen, this is not a game changer. This is just part of the evolution, and that's just one step of what we're trying to do moving forward.
Perfect. Thank you, Joe. RJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, I know they mentioned this in the past, right, where they were talking about back in the day when Papa was still on board, that they were really honing in on the 3,000 simultaneous transactions. We don't know if that's going to be true. A lot of people got hung up on, they thought that it was going to be 3,000 per second. That's not what he said. He said 3,000 simultaneous period, right? So that could be 3,000, 3,000, 3,000 within a second. That could possibly be the game changer, but unfortunately, my answer is not as sexy as you guys are probably thinking. I'm with Adam. We just need a blockchain, guys, right? Whether once we get the blockchain, then we can do whatever the heck we want, right? We're separated from Binance. Then projects get built on top of us. And then if you want to start implementing macro IoT and stuff like that, tying it into the wind turbines, cool, right? But let's get the blockchain out there. Let's separate from Binance. Let's be our own entity. And let's start really, really chugging forward here.
Alice.
So when you try to make a transaction through, let's say, Uniswap, which is working off the Ethereum blockchain, you are going to be dealing with very high gas fees. And that is not practical. The everyday person, as we have seen, just look at Safemoon's migration from version 1 to version 2. How many people had been asking for help just to get about $5 worth of BNB so that they can actually make that move over? So when you're talking about an adoption with the masses, a lot of the people out there are struggling, especially with everything that's going on right now. So I think that what we could see being brought to the table are very low transaction fees, and that will help incentivize a lot of the projects that are on comparable based blockchains, especially if we use Ethereum as an example. And Ethereum is the king of the number of tokens that exist on their blockchain. So if a lot of these projects can bridge over to the Safemoon blockchain and people are able to make transactions through those and still be able to operate in the same industry spaces that those projects are in, the amount of partnerships, this kind of leads back over to the potential with Safemoon Connect, Safemoon Rewards. I mean, you piece these things together. Remember, everything is an economy. It's creating an ecosystem. And so when you roll out one piece, that creates a potential segue to something else. So I'm very excited to the possibility of them having very low, affordable fees that can be traded on the Safemoon blockchain. Now, if we use Binance as an example, Binance has some very low rates. And what takes place is that you are having BNB be associated with that. So if we take into, for example, Pancake Swap, Safemoon Swap, they have a 0.25% transaction fee that's going on every single time that there's a transaction. So I pulled it up because it's been a little bit, but the 0.25 we're talking about is 0.17%. of every trade that's going on, that's returned to liquidity pools. You got 0.03% that's sent back to the treasury. And then I think there was the other 0.05% that went to something else. So the point is that you could roll out a lot of the functions that benefits the Safemoon as a coin with its own blockchain. We've talked about with Atom, you don't need the liquidity pools as far as when the blockchain gets rolled out. Moon Boys kind of touched on the idea that you could allocate that potentially to other things, that 3% currently for the liquidity pool. And so I think that going onto our own blockchain is going to help make all these bridges that had started with SafeMoon version 1 become a lot more feasible with SafeMoon version 2.
Perfect. Great answer, Atlas. Let's go over to Tim.
Okay. I was worried that someone would answer my answer before I got to me. So, so I think one of the biggest things that makes SafeMoon's blockchain game changer compared to the other ones is that they are actually building their own utilities to power it. It's going to be the first blockchain to be completely green. And so because of what Atlas was saying, all these other blockchains use a lot of power, use a lot of data, and it costs a lot of money to do transactions on them. If you are powering your blockchain with green technology, those transactions are going to be way cheaper than any other blockchain. I think that's what's going to make it one of the biggest game-changing things in the industry. All these other blockchains were brought up, power hogs. They're trying to really struggle right now to try to figure out how to make them less or more energy efficient with new versions of them, or they're trying to look at Bitcoin, for instance. They're trying to harvest volcano heat to power this damn thing because it takes so much electricity. So I think one of the biggest things that's going to make it so game-changing is that it's going to be running off green energy, and I think a lot of people want that. They want a green technology that's fast, that's cheap, that's easily adaptable, and besides it just being running on its own utility and being completely green, I think the telecommunications network that's going to be built for it, I think is also going to be another game changer. When you start being able to get the parts of the world that you couldn't get to before to utilize your blockchain, and it's going to be super cheap for people to use it, I think that's just going to change the whole game. Because you're not going to see people in these developing countries throwing down Ethereum when you're paying $60 to do a $5 transaction. I mean, that's bonkers. So if you can have a green renewable energy powering your blockchain to bring maybe 15-20 cents to do a transaction that's lightning fast, and they're gonna be providing you with the blockchain to run the telecommunications network in the area that you normally wouldn't have the ability to run it, I think that's what's going to make it game changing right there.
Perfect. I think you guys all gave great answers. At least very little room for me to bring anything new to the table. But I kind of agree with kind of the direction that Atlas and Tim are going. It's not that the technology of a blockchain itself is going to be revolutionary. It's not like we're developing the third version or a new version of blockchain that's never existed before. I think it's kind of what they've talked about of making just a better version of what already exists. And I think that's been Safemoon's MO since its inception, right? It's not about building, an app that's never been built before. I mean, the wallet's been built. MetaMask is a wallet. There's Trust Wallet. There's all these other wallets. They're not about building something that's never been built before. They're about perfecting or improving. I think perfecting is maybe too high of a bar, but improving upon technologies and systems that are already in place, saying, what can we do to make this better and more user-friendly? It's those little things like adding contacts into your wallet for people who are more used to having their phones and adding their friends on. Oh, now I can send my friend money. It makes it easy to use. So the blockchain fits in that same category, making a blockchain that is easy to use, that has low fees, and that, like you guys mentioned, it's green. So it's going to have that kind of appeal to the new generation of people who want that kind of technology in place. And so by having just those little changes that aren't individually really that revolutionary, putting them all into one place in one ecosystem is what makes them powerful. And so that's what I think is going to be powerful about the Safemoon blockchain. It's the little things coming together into one massive ecosystem that individually, piece by piece, is not significant, but I'll put it all together and it becomes a massive ecosystem that's hard to compete with. I mean, just like we talked about before, and I've compared this many times, Amazon is the powerhouse in e-commerce, not because they were the first to do anything, not because they inherently invented something that was revolutionary. They took existing systems, they made them better, and they made them easy to use in one location. And that's basically what Safemoon's going to do for cryptocurrency.
They're going to take out Amazon for sure. Just wait, guys. I'm saying it first. Amazon, so long.
All right, so going over here, we got 1010 Buns with another $2 donation. Hit the like button, y'all. Show some love. Thank you, 1010, for the support on the channel, for being a member, and for all the donations you've given us. Everyone hit the like button and give us those diamond fists. All right, let's go on over to the next super chat. Let me scroll through here and see if I can pull it up here. We got one here. It's the $99 one that came from Zeus earlier. Once again, Zeus, thank you so much for your support on the channel. He says, make sure you guys split this up. Of course, we will make sure this gets split up. Appreciate you fellows for helping the community out with great content. RJ needs more difficult questions like last week, fellas. Also excited for Generation Crypto and Safemoon West for the upcoming Twitter space. And that will be on Thursday at 9 p.m. At 7 p.m. Eastern. If you guys want to tune in and listen, that should go for about 2 hours. If you want to hear about Cryptopia and the content we have planned for you guys there. So thank you again, Safemoon Zeus, for the super chat. That's a big donation, so all of us here appreciate it. I think I speak for all of us here when I say that. So let's move over here to let's see here. I apologize, I'm going to butcher your name here. Super Lehera, Super. I think is crypto.com. This must have been back when we were talking about the different exchanges that Safemoon could potentially be listed on, and he thinks crypto.com is our exchange.
That's a good one. I mean, they already list Binance, so I mean that's not too far out of the question right there. So I think that's definitely a great point. And I suspected crypto.com for a while, but then there's just too many hints, and I mean obviously Safemoon doesn't want to give away who they're dropping because it would cause mass chaos to people getting over there and trying to buy it and then drop it the second that it's shot up. But yeah, man, I suspected crypto.com for a while.
You know what I would love to see? I live here in Los Angeles, so you got the crypto.com arena now, formerly known as the Staples Center. Can you imagine if Safemoon got listed on crypto.com and as part of a little promotion during even just one game with the Lakers game, they added some sort of a decal or something like that. So they're like, presented by crypto.com, and listing their new cryptocurrency, Safemoon, which allows you to earn reflections. And, you know, they talk about something like that. Oh,
that'd be sexy.
Oh, yeah. Would love that.
I'd love to go to that game. We'd all have to get tickets. All right, let's go over to Safemoon Oz V2. He's with the $8 donation. He says, what do we think Cryptopia will bring to this project? Thank you to all of your content. Shout out to Adam for heading to New York City and raising awareness. This mostly came a little bit before we did touch on this topic. We kind of talked about Cryptopia there, and I will, of course, make sure I give you guys all the updates. Some of us think there's going to be a big announcements, and other things it's just going to be great kind of sponsorship and viewership for the project itself, as John and, of course, Scott Paul will be talking about Safemoon there. So thank you, Safemoon Oz, for the donation there and the question. Let's go on to the next one here. We'll try to move through these fast here so we can end this around the hour here. So if you got any more super chats, feel free to throw those in there because we are going to be closing this out as soon as we get through these. Give me one moment here. Got to scroll through all these comments. We got one here from Ice Mike 6969 says, "Stick on my pickle on dying."
That is the best dollar donation I've seen. 69 is a beautiful number.
Yeah, man. You nailed it.
Shout out to Icy Mike, man. Happy belated birthday. It was his birthday this week. Shout out to
Icy
him.
Mike.
Happy birthday,
buddy.
Happy birthday,
Nice
man.
abs.
He always
Icy
brings
Mike
in the
is
best
more
super
jacked than
chat.
me. Look at that. It's shredded.
Yeah, man.
Photoshop.
I couldn't look like that
No,
if
I'm
I
kidding.
tried.
All right, we got another pickle and diamond pistol from Sean McCarty. Thank you, Sean, for the donation on that one.
You missed out on
I
this
love that
conversation, Joe.
Joe's like, what is going on?
He's like,
You're
what
like,
the hell
what?
did I get into?
Wait a minute. What does pickles have to do with crypto?
Yeah,
Just be cautious to go into bars with Adam.
Yeah, so we made a joke about our pickles being tickled and how we like our pickles tickled. The whole chat got into that, and then Adam jumped in. It was a great time. So, yeah.
All right, we got 1010 with another $2 hit the like button.
Joe's like,
1010 bringing those in.
Yeah, we're only 9 likes away from hitting 400 from what I can see on my screen.
And remember
I'm
the
surprised
promise,
we
if
haven't
hit 500,
smashed that
remember
yet.
that promise.
Smash that like button. There's 445 in here.
All righty. Let's get on over to Virgil here saying, when will Safemoon be consolidated? Happy New Year to you guys. Does someone want to tackle this question for Virgil here?
Imminent.
There you go.
Virgil,
Not using that word anymore.
they said that it's going to happen automatically. Nobody actually knows the time. Just sit back, relax, and you're not going to have to do anything. They're going to do it automatically for you guys.
Yes, it's
Maybe
nothing
they
to worry
announced
about.
it at Cryptopia.
Yeah, maybe.
You never know, but you don't have to worry about that. That'll be migrated for you guys, so don't stress out about it. They'll take care of you guys on the Ethereum blockchain. Let's go over here to Lazaro A. He says, I have a question. If you can help me out. I sent USDT to Bitmart. I forgot to buy BNB to send it to my Safemoon wallet, and I sent my USDT to my BNB on my Safemoon wallet. Did I just lose all my money? Thanks, guys.
USDT is on the Ethereum network unless it's the Binance pegged USDT, which I don't believe it probably is. Most likely you lost that, but just check if it was Binance pegged, and at that point just go into BSC scan and you can copy and paste the USDT Binance peg contract, and then you should be good. If you send the USDT to the Ethereum ERC side of the Safemoon wallet, then it should be there because USDT is naturally an ERC20 token. So it depends. Double check that. If you send it to the wrong network, then it's most likely gone. So that is unfortunate.
Yeah, if that's the case, we are starting to hear about that, Lazaro. There's not really much that can be done too if you did send it to the wrong place. It's just it's lost to that point. So we apologize on that one. That's why, guys. What's that?
That's a major bumps.
Yeah, it's a bummer. So make sure, guys, anytime you're sending any tokens anywhere, doesn't matter if it's on an exchange, doesn't matter if it's in a DeFi wallet or any other type of wallet, whether you're cold storage, what have you, make sure you guys verify where you're sending it to, triple verify, quadruple verify, make sure you're sending it to the right location and that it's a compatible wallet, because the last thing you want to do is send it to a wallet you didn't intend it to and some random stranger gets lucky, or you end up sending it to the wrong address where it's unrecoverable. So that's always unfortunate when things like that happen. Safemoon 8 with a $50 donation.
Whoa.
We are family. #evolution. And thank you, Safemoon. That is a huge donation. So thank you for that and your support on us here at the Roundtable.
I like that tie-dye T-shirt too.
That's a nice beard.
I know Tim's jealous of the beard.
I couldn't grow that if I tried. Even if I
waiting for
shaved
somebody
my head.
I'm waiting for someone to compliment his ladder next, I'll
that's
find
a
one
nice
thing
ladder.
to compliment.
That is actually a pretty nice ladder. Is that a? Yeah, I would use that ladder all night long, bro.
What? All night long?
What?
I'm never going drinking more nut, you kid.
I gotta take down my Christmas lights.
Ever. You want to have a bottle of water with me, Joe? Nah, I'm not thirsty. Not thirsty.
All right, Bergman USA. What are your favorite pickles from all 7 of you? LOL. Kosher Dill.
Are we talking about brands? Because I like pickles, so I know some. Although those Colosso pickles, they're. I mean,
Yeah.
so there's this pick. There's okay. So like the best pickle company is the Pittsburgh Pickle Company. The Colossal pickles are good, but what's that other K one? I forget the name. Colossic. You know what I'm talking about? They're terrible. They're like yellow. They're horrible. And they're never that's because so you have the refrigerated pickles are harder and they crunch, right? So those non-refrigerated pickles are like rubbery. Dude, they suck. I'm serious. Have you ever had a shitty pickle? You don't want that. Well, it's those little ones that they
depository pickle.
Yes.
That's the answer for all of us.
The Pittsburgh Pickle Company. They make some good pickles.
I don't like pickles.
Guys,
Not a pickle
there's
guy.
only one right answer to this. Pickle Rick! It's only the right answer!
I will say Disneyland has some bomb pickles. I will say that.
Oh,
If anyone's
What
ever
about
been to
RJ?
Disneyland.
What's your take on pickles, bro?
classic. They're terrible. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't like pickles. My girlfriend likes pickles. I don't like pickles, guys.
As you should, right?
Yeah.
Fell right into that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Okay, we got the great good. Safemoon
Moving
Joe,
on.
do you own a set of nunchucks?
No.
Why? You should.
I think he's
All
the
right.
first showdown.
Gotta get me some nunchucks, boys.
Well, to get you some Safemoon
When I was a little
nunchucks.
kid, I wanted them because I used to like the Michelangelo from Ninja Turtles. And I'm like, bro, this guy likes pizza. I like pizza. He has nunchucks. It's a given. I gotta get nunchucks. And like ever I wanted it, but no, no.
Fun
I
fact.
have kids
I
around
can-
too. Like,
Damn, blockchain.
This is for
That guy
Adam.
walked into a bar.
Adam, this is your question, bro. Take that. You're muted.
Adam, you
Adam,
got him
hey.
here. I got him.
He's listening to some other podcast right now.
Sorry, no. I was answering one of the comments. A guy walks into a bar with 6 of his friends, and they start talking about cryptocurrency. Each of his 6 friends drinks a shot, and who knows where the night takes y'all.
Not around you.
Jesus.
All right. Let's see here. All right, Joker, RJ. The Safemoon Avengers have definitely been diamond fisting it, and appreciate all of you together and your individual content. Thank you, RJ, for the $10 donation.
Thanks,
we
bro.
appreciate your support. So diamond
You're
fist
welcome.
for you. Let's move on here. The Great Gooch again. Safemoon Joe's wife is making ragu in the kitchen. Safemoon Joe kicks in the door. Kapow! Door flies open. Joe, why did you do that? What do you know?
There's no door in the kitchen. It's just so
All right.
weird.
Let's go over to Master Wacky Entertainment. Should I invest into crypto or my wife?
Your wife will always be there. Make sure you invest in crypto.
Does your wife bring in passive income?
Do not take relationship advice from Moon Boy.
She's always gonna
That's
be there.
right.
She's not going anywhere.
Can you
Moon Boy.
NFT your wife?
Crypto bull run is only here for like a couple months. So.
Is your wife watching right now? No? Okay, well then you know your answer.
Crypto's cheaper, by the way. So
All right, let's go on here to Data Blockchain. Let me fist that like button. Please do. We need some
Do
likes
it.
on that. We got a super sticker here from XBackslapsX, $2 donation. Thank you for the sticker on that. And I think, let's get here, the Great Cooch again. RJ is time traveling high right now.
Everyone
You're
thinks
just
you're
such a
high all
weird
the
guy.
time, RJ.
Everyone thinks I'm high. I don't know.
Because you're
why.
so relaxed and you laugh. So they're
I
like,
know.
he's got to be high.
Ugh. All right, let's get on here. Another Great Gooch. Safemoon Joe makes pickles in his bathtub. What the hell?
Oh.
I would not try those pickles. I'm sorry.
You will try the big ones, but you won't try my bathtub pickles?
I'm not trying your bathtub pickles, bro.
Could you imagine someone hearing that like context?
You got to sell bathtub
Word
pickle
does.
NFTs next.
Oh, God.
Yeah, someone better make that an NFT. Okay, from Sergeant Antonio 101
He
101 Safemoonarmy. Okay, I got through that. Antonio Vicardi's tweet poll aimed on getting at the Adam Bergman show a 1v1 interview with Captain Hodel. Go vote and retweet. Thanks for the great show. It has been a riot.
Nice.
Yo, he started that thing, and we got hundreds of people voting. I'm shocked.
There you
Hundreds
go,
of people.
man.
Yeah, thank you, Sergeant, for the like. And if you've served in the military, thank you for your service and for the donation. Let's go ahead and get him an exclusive. That'd be awesome to get him an exclusive. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that'd be great. Look at Adam. He's tickled pink.
I mean, I'll be happy.
This pickle's feeling
Pickles
good.
think.
Listen, that one-on-one interview is going to be amazing, and it's definitely going to help the entire community. I wouldn't be no setup. It will be alley-oops and just break stuff down, man. It'll be a good interview, I promise.
Can you imagine the interview just starting off like, hey, John, yeah, I'm such a big fan. I'm so glad to have you on here. Excited to find out more about Safemoon and everything. And he's like, yeah, I'm excited too. And you're like this, okay. First question. In 2005, you attended a meeting. You met with so-and-so. What is your response to the legal court case? It took you just 360 the whole thing, and you're like attacking him. He's like, what?
You come out with like little handy
No.
cams. We're asking the questions now, John.
Listen, I wouldn't attack anybody, and I just wanted to say that everything that I make videos or ask questions, listen, you cannot deny all of a sudden now Safemoon team is starting to talk about blockchain. You guys see the tweets. I'm not making this up. Ryan, John, multiple blockchain. That's all. Just a little nudge. That's what the community needed. I'm just the idiot that asks it, right? Like, nothing wrong with it. I would never set John up. Never. I would ask the right questions that would help the project and what everybody is thinking. That's it. I would never set them up.
Well, awesome, guys. We're coming up on the hour here. It's been a great space, a lot of laughs. Thank you guys all in the community for your super chats. We really do appreciate all your guys' support, both as viewers, as the super chats that come in every single week for us. We do greatly appreciate your guys' support. We love talking with you guys. You guys are a holler and a hoot, so we love having you. Adam, you got something to say?
Guys, I need 14 more subs to reach 10,000.
Oh, bro.
Bro,
Mm.
I went up so quick. And I swear to God, for the last week, I think I got like 4 subs in a week. It's like, I don't know what to do. And I put out like 37 videos in a week, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here.
A bathing suit picture on Twitter, you'll get it, dude. I swear.
For sure.
Nudes.
Not
Tim knows the
nudes,
secret.
bathing suits, speedos, bro.
Man.
You gotta get the banana hammock.
European ones.
Yeah, just don't be sitting in some cold water. You'll really ruin yourself.
Oh boy, guys, this was fun.
Start an
This is a great space.
OnlyFans where you
All
have
right.
exclusive content involving pickles.
Let's go ahead and get wrapped up here. Let's go ahead and have everyone's outro. Any last words you want to say? We'll start with Joe. We'll end with me, and we'll end this out. Thank you guys all for coming. Let's get some last words in before we close the space. Joe.
Yeah, listen, thanks for having me come on. My schedule's always crazy. I play competitive card games, and as nerdy as that sounds, I travel around a lot, and I'm always doing things. I'm always busy with that, that part. Obviously, with YouTube, I always like learning, and I'm always still learning on YouTube. So I never really get a chance to sit down and say, hey, listen, I would love to hop on here, but I still get a chance to listen. And if anyone that's watching this and doesn't know, I still go in the chat to everybody and say, hey guys, great live stream you did the other day. I saw it and I enjoyed it. And I really did. I really do enjoy all these other content creators out here. And that's a long time ago. In the beginning, there'll be maybe one content creator with Safemoon, but it's going to quickly grow. And we're seeing more content creators, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitter, wherever. And it's going to be growing even more so as time goes on. And this is excellent. This is what we want. We want not just an ecosystem of what Safemoon is doing, but we want an ecosystem within our community. And we're getting it. And it's growing. So I do enjoy these live streams. I do, big shout out to every one of you guys have taken time out to do this. It's a big deal, and I do enjoy it a lot. And big shouts to every one of you guys. Seriously, big shouts to all you guys. And thank you, like I said, thank you so much for having me come on here. I got here a little bit late. I wanted to come here early and hear the whole pickle story, I guess. But it's great. It's great to be here to hang out with everybody. I really do enjoy it, and much love to everybody here. What do you know?
Before we move on, thank you, 1010, for that last little bit there. Great show. Love you all. Keep it up. Thank you, 1010, for your support and for all the donations you've had tonight. That's a big donation, so thank you. And from the great Gooch here, Tim's mustache likes the party. It sure does.
It's this is the worst part about my beard. The mustache comes in thicker than anything else, but it's all relative. Like I started growing it all at the same time, except this just. I guess I'm supposed to have one of those porn mustaches. I don't know what to do with it.
It's a clean stash.
All right, let's move over to RJ. Closing statements.
You guys already know I absolutely love these chats. You guys are an absolute hoot. I have no idea why people always think I'm high. I'm always just chilling, drinking Coke Zero. It's not even alcoholic. So I'm just chilling with you guys. These guys are all this panel is really, really awesome. We have a lot of good stuff planned for the future. We're going to start a special guest, a whole bunch of people, whether that's, Twitter spaces like Zeus, Jeremiah, and we have a whole bunch of things lined up. So thank you so much for having me. Make sure you guys subscribe to every single person on this panel. And yeah, thanks for coming.
Moonboy.
Yeah, I just want to say, we're here to inform people and talk about Safemoon, but we like to enjoy ourselves. We like to laugh. We like to give you guys entertainment as well. So we like to bridge the information with the entertainment. So we're all having fun. We're all joking. We're having a good time. And I appreciate everyone tuning in, liking, sharing, commenting, everyone who's donated. And Hen is a big supporter of all of our channels. I think she's a member of everyone's channel who's streamed thus far. So she's she or he. I'm not going to gender. I'm not biased. But, I appreciate the support. So you guys are incredible. Thank you so much for supporting this series. Thank you so much for being here on a consistent basis. I see the regular names. I see the regular people. And, we just enjoy that you guys are actually enjoying this as well. It keeps us wanting to do more of this. So big thank you to everyone. And everyone here on the panel is just full of information, and it's always a great time. I have a lot of fun doing this. So thank you so much.
Let's go over to Adam.
Guys, what can I say? This is a fantastic evening. You guys are a fantastic bunch of people, man. And I'm not talking about just the panel. I'm talking about the audience. I got so much love for everybody here, from the people watching to the people on this panel to the trolls that are trolling me. And, I give you guys alley-oops too. I let you guys troll me. That's fun. It's all about having fun and laughs and sharing knowledge, guys. It's a lot better than being uptight, and we're just having fun up here. And I'm so glad that I could share the stage with everybody, and I'm humbled that people even want to listen to me. So yeah, cheers everybody.
Atlas.
When life gets you down, I like to start my morning off right with a nice cup of Safe Moon. Cheers to the Safe Moon community. Moving on.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to all you content creators on here. You guys are all genius. I love watching your videos. You inspired me to start my channel, so thanks for accepting me into this community because it's been a lot of fun, and you guys are some of the best friends I have. Also, to the people in the comments, thanks for being such awesome people of the community. I mean, I think it's great. And if you really don't know what's going on when you have your tokens and you need to move them or something, just reach out to me, or I don't know if this is open invitation to everybody else. But before you move or try to do anything, just reach out to us to make sure that you don't lose your stuff. I will take the time out of my day to make sure that I can help you get through whatever you're doing to make sure that you're safe when you're moving your money or migrating or anything to that matter. Because I hate hearing those stories and I hear too many of them. So just feel free to reach out to me in my comments or on Twitter or whatever. Just hit me up and I'll try to make sure that you're taken care of because I hate hearing those stories. And thank you guys for having me on this program. It's been a blast so far. And wow, someone wants to see my cat photo. Which one? Let me go get it. Or do you want to see the actual cat itself? It's right here. We got the cat photo there. My wife painted this. She straight up painted this cat. This is one of her 2 cats. Yeah, she painted that. She's pretty talented, bro. She also painted this. This is a pear. That's watercolor. I can't paint anything watercolor. But yeah, there's the pictures. And then there's this one over here. Cats. You gotta love them. Now this one biting my foot. I swear to God, they're nuts.
All right, thank you, Tim.
They're nice.
All right, this is for us to get some pickles here as we close this out for you guys. Thank you, Hydra Girl, for that donation there. Awesome. So thank you guys all for coming into the space today. I had a great time talking with everybody here on the panel. They're all awesome guys. If you guys have not subscribed to their channels, I've been talking too long today. If you have not subscribed to their channels, go ahead and subscribe. Become members for those that have memberships. And thank you guys for coming in. We'll be back next week with a special guest. So stay tuned for that announcement. It's going to be a big show. And thank you guys all for watching. And we'll catch you guys all in our next Safemoon space or on our individual channels. And I will catch you guys all at Cryptopia tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks.